So we have instituted new internal quality control mechanisms in order to increase efficiency, improve communications, and address the perennial challenges relating to court appearance by counsel, occasionally mostly by a shortage of adequate manpower. We have also introduced a performance appraisal system to monitor and evaluate staff performance with a view to making improvements. As I said at last year's opening of the legal year, I have never worked with a more committed and dedicated team than the men and women of the Ministry of Justice under the leadership of the Solicitor General, Mr. Cheono Marena. I could not be prouder calling them my staff. Over the last 3 years, they have been pushed to their limits to ensure that we deliver on our reform promises to the people of this country, and they have been equal to the challenge. I salute their determination despite the difficult conditions and the many constraints. Once again, I am grateful to you, Your Excellency, for recognizing their efforts and providing them with support by improving their conditions of service this year. Indeed, all of the achievements since 2017 have been registered under your leadership and guidance, and I am honored to have been given the opportunity to contribute to this historic period of transformation of our country as your Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I am indeed grateful for all the support that you have given me and which made an otherwise onerous job less burdensome. Our challenge going forward is to build on and consolidate the gains already made. I have no doubt that if we join hands and work together without regard to ethnicity, religion, political or other status, we will overcome our challenges as a nation with a determination equal only to the one that led to the change back in 2016. For the sake of future generations of Gambians, I pray that we live in unity, freedom, and peace each day. I thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that well-stock-taking analysis of the Ministry of Justice and government as a large. Indeed, the government has spoken. Before I call on the next speaker, that is His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice, I would like, my Lord, with your permission, to specially recognize the presence of two of our Supreme Court judges from a friendly sister Republic of Nigeria. That's Justice Yaya, who is here with us today, currently on Supreme Court session, and Justice Nicola Mark Brown. My lords, you are welcome to this special occasion. Thank you so much. Thank you for that short interruption. I will now call on His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice of the Gambia, Mr. Justice Hassan B. Jallo, to give a statement. My Lord.
Your Excellency, Mr. Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia, Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, Honorable Judges of the Superior Courts, Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, your worships, magistrates and cadis, honorable ministers, Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Chief of Defense Staff of the Gambia Armed Forces, the Inspector General of Police, President and members of the Gambia Bar, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Director General of the Gambia Law School, Honorable Presidents and members of the district tribunals, venerable religious leaders, members of staff of the judiciary and of the Attorney General's chambers, distinguished guests. It is very happily that time of the year again when, as members of the legal profession, as stakeholders in the administration of justice, and as members of the community, we all converge on the premises of the law courts to take stock of the administration of justice in the past year, with its achievements and its challenges, and then to look forward to the future and dedicate ourselves to greater respect for the rule of law. I'm delighted to welcome you all here, Your Excellency and distinguished guests, once more to this ceremony marking the opening of the 2020 legal year. Your Excellency and distinguished guests may already have observed one difference this year, which is that the justices of the Supreme Court and I have replaced our robes, our ceremonial red robes, which have been the traditional attire in this jurisdiction and which we inherited from the United Kingdom for several decades. We have replaced them with robes which we believe are simpler, more convenient, and hopefully, of course, no less dignified than the red ones. This marks the beginning of a process of change of robes within the superior courts of the judiciary, which should culminate by the end of this year, and hopefully by the time we celebrate the opening of the next legal year in January 2021, in the provision of newly styled robes for all the superior courts, including the Gambia Court of Appeal and the High Court of the Gambia. The change in robes notwithstanding, the mandate and mission of the judiciary continue to be the same: to deliver justice independently, impartially, and efficiently. The management of cases continues to remain the core activity of the judiciary in this context. For as the now famous adage goes, justice delayed is justice denied, and it is also said that justice is sweetest when it is freshest, unquote. The speedy dispensation of justice, however, requires not only the efforts of the judicial officers and their support staff, but also of the various stakeholders involved in the judicial process, such as, particularly in criminal cases, the police, the law officers in the Attorney General's chambers, the members of the private bar, the members of the National Agency for Legal Aid, and of course the community itself, witnesses, complainants, and all the rest of them. And also, of course, the collaboration of those officials who are the custodians and also the dispensers of national resources which are required for the speedy administration of justice. I therefore continue to urge all those stakeholders in the justice process to do their utmost to ensure the smooth and reasonably speedy turning of the wheels of justice. Looking back over the 2019 judicial year, the statistics relating to disposal of cases are very encouraging. The year 2020 saw the registration of 8,178 cases in the entire court system. 5,446 of these cases were disposed of, representing a disposal rate of some 67%. leaving only 3,687 cases pending. During this period of 2019, the Supreme Court disposed of 50% of its cases, as did the Court of Appeal, with 74 out of its 148 cases out of the way, and the High Court also. The Magistrates' Court system disposed of 65% of 5,655 cases, and the Cadi Court system disposed of 65% as well of its 1,520 cases. This is a reasonably successful disposal rate, and I would like to seize the opportunity to commend all the judicial officers and their support staff